What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today I'm be kind of doing a little bit of a kind of sort of double header talking about Alice in Borderland, both Volume 1 of the manga as well as Season 1 of the live action TV series. So, this is definitely a very interesting case of I heard about the TV series where for a while, because it came out I think a couple of years ago, I believe. Let's see, where is the live action? Yeah, 2020. So 2 years ago at this point. But just never got around to watching it or whatever. And then the manga just got a official English version this month. So kind of an interesting situation, but anywho. But before I dive into all that, as always, welcome to Dad Needs to Talk, where it's all about fatherhood, manga, anime, TV shows, and sometimes video games. So, yeah, so just a little bit of background on the series and the author. So, the author of Alice in Borderland is Haro Aso. And you might recognize that name because that is also the author of Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead manga, which I didn't know until I got Alice in Borderland. And like right at the top, it has the name, and I was like, why does that sound familiar? And I googled it, and then of course Zom 100 popped up. So I was like, okay, cool. Which in hindsight, both after reading and watching Alice in Borderland, kind of makes sense because there's a character in Zom 100 named Shizuka who definitely reminds me of a chick in Alice in Borderlands, the mountain climbing chick. So Alice in Borderland, the manga for that, it's already complete. It ran from November 2010 to March 2016. It consisted of 18 volumes total, and these English releases are 2-in-1s, so they have 2 volumes in each. I guess this would be kind of be considered like an omnibus. So these will come out 2 at a time, which means we'll get 9 over here in translated. And then, like I said, the TV show, the live action series came out in 2020. So yeah, so like I said, just very interesting situation to where the manga came out and ended in Japan. Then we got the live action show on Netflix, and now we're getting the English version of the manga. Here all these years later. But anywho, so basic setup of this series is that it is basically kind of like a death game type of series. And I guess even though this series came out before this show, but just for modern day equivalents or whatever, kind of think of it as a way of like a kind of like a Squid Game type of series, to where you have a bunch of people that basically have to go through these various games and challenges basically in order to continue to live. Now the thing about this is that we don't, at least in this first volume, we don't find out how they ended up here because it seems like they're still in Tokyo, but everybody, like majority of the population, is gone except for the people who are playing the games. So it's like, did they get teleported to another world, another dimension? Still don't have a clue like what exactly happened there. But so we follow our main character, Irisu, him and a couple of his friends, as like I said, they all get transported to whatever world or whatever version of Tokyo that they're in, and thus begin the death games. And so there is kind of a common theme. Each challenge falls into 4 different categories, all based around a deck of cards. So each game you play, you have a chance to earn one of the cards, 4 of diamonds or 7 of hearts, etc., etc. Now, what the full importance of the cards, if there actually is any importance or whatever, still to be really determined. But the number on the card also determines the difficulty of it as well. So a 4 of diamonds is going to be easier than like a 10 of hearts, for example. But that is the basic setup and premise of this. Now, one thing I will say up front, so because I'm kind of focus on the manga a little bit more and then go into the TV show, and the reason why is that the live action show by episode 2, in 2 episodes they pretty much covered everything that was in this first volume. So the live action series actually covers about partway through volume 7 of the manga. So just kind of be aware of that if you end up reading volume 1 and like, oh, I liked it, and they want to go into the show, just know that okay, the show is going to just blow through a ton of material. Though they do kind of switch around some stuff. There's some stuff that is a little bit different from the manga and the show, because like prime example, the first game that they play in the TV show is a game where they have to guess like the right door to go through in order to escape out of this building that they're in, versus in the manga the first game that they play is like this like a fortune game. So that was kind of like the general premise. But anyway, so talk about the manga. So first of all, I'll say like I really do like the style of the manga, because I feel like while yes, the live action does do a good job of portraying the brutalness and the violence of the manga, but it's still something about the way a lot of these characters and everything is drawn that really like just feels really appropriate for this kind of like dire and dark situation, because one of these like this like a militia leader that they show in the manga, like how he looks in the manga versus how he looks in the live action show or whatever. Like, of course, like like the live action, he still looks like kind of a little bit intimidating, but the manga, he is just drawn like so big and stock. It kind of reminds me of, not fully to this level, but it reminds me a little bit of like a character from Baki. That's how menacing he looks in the manga. But overall, like I enjoy reading this first volume of it. Like I said, enough to pique my interest to want to jump over and check out the TV show. Because like I said, like this first volume, they cover them playing 2 different games, and so you kind of see Arisu and his 2 best friends that he had with him. Why am I forgetting names? Lord, my brain is like going blank right now. But let me see. Okay, Karube and Chota. Sorry, like blanked on their names. But one thing I will say, is that like definitely, like I said, like this is a death game, so it is very brutal, very violent. Like the first time somebody like died in the series or whatever, it was like, okay, we are not here. We are not playing hopscotch or Connect 4 in this series. Like, nah, we are playing for our lives. And so the other thing I've got to mention as well is that like with each of the games, depending on the difficulty, if you win or if you survive the game, then that's how many days extended you get on. Basically, you get a visa. And so like if you clear the level 4 game, then you'll get 4 extra days added onto whatever amount of time you already have. And so then it kind of becomes this thing of like, how do you use that time both wise and strategically? Because some people, they'll wait until, okay, my thing is going to run out today, and then they're panicking trying to play another game or whatever, versus some other people are like, okay, I beat this hard game that was like level 5 or 7, so I have a week until my visa runs out. That gives me time to kind of like one, rest and recuperate, because man, they be getting put through it with these different games. But this also gives them a chance to kind of like try to do like some reconnaissance, research, figure out, okay, are we in our normal world? Did we get teleported somewhere else? How many other people are there around? And all this different stuff. And so that is just like one aspect I really did enjoy, is like the mystery behind, like, okay, like what the heck is going on. But also like this series like quickly lets you know that, like, hey, nobody is safe. Like, nobody is safe. Like, it was a couple times where I'm like, man, is the main character gonna make it through? Because man, he goes through it, and so do a lot of the other characters and stuff throughout it as well. So like I said, just speaking on that in general, I'll say, hey, go check out the manga, pick it up. Like I said, it was definitely worth a purchase for me. Now I'm gonna transition and talk about a little bit more about the TV show, which might spoil some stuff from this from past volume 1. So just be known, hey, Robert gives us a thumbs up for the manga. Now I'm gonna talk about the live action TV show a little bit, and like I said, I'm gonna talk about some specific things. So just know, hey, spoiler warning, and I'll put it in the comments below, timestamps, spoiler warning for stuff that happens in the TV show. Because, okay, so if you're still here, all right, let's go on. Now, with the show, like I said, they go on through at least like covering like volume 7 of the manga, which I am like, that's gonna take so long for the English release to get to, because like, there's at least like a few months between releases right now. So okay. So like volume 2 is coming out in like June. So volume 1 was February, or no, March. Volume 2, June. Don't have no date for 3 after that or whatever. So that means like volume 7, where the season 1 of the show ends at, that's probably gonna be like sometime a year plus from now. But one other thing I want to say as well, just like speaking in general before I actually get to spoilers or whatever. Sorry, it's kind of weird to do, but is that like they do a good job of introducing like a pretty good solid mix of characters throughout the series. Both people that end up joining Irisu, and like our main kind of cast of characters, because I really like the chick that's the mountain climbing chick, Usagi. I really like her. And I even like a lot of like some of like the antagonists and, I guess, quote unquote, like villains that they kind of come across later on this in the TV show. So and I enjoy that you kind of get a little bit of a peek into more of these people's backstories, as far as like, okay, who were you before we got here? Who were you in the previous world? Which is really cool, because sometimes some of these characters is like, oh, you had a complete makeover, or hey, you're super unrecognizable. Because like in the TV show, like the dude with the sword, he got the tattoos all over his face and body, whatever. Previous life, he was like writing online blogs and stuff, whatever. And the other character, where is their name? Kuina. Kuina was also a interesting character as well. Just because you kind of, hopefully I'm remembering that character right. I believe I am. But Kuina also, like, their backstory on like, yo, you was a completely different, back before, or at least like the early parts of their backstory and stuff. So, but yeah. So, like I said, going a little bit more into like the TV show real quick. I did not expect what's the name's Karobe and Chota to not make it. Like when they got killed in that game, like that five of hearts, I was not expecting that. I was thinking, like, okay, Aristu's gonna figure out some way last minute to like save everybody. And no, when them collars exploded and they heads went, that's like when it like really set in of like, okay, we're in this now. And so seeing that game, of course, like both in the manga and the anime, I enjoyed the kind of what was it? I think they were playing tag. No. Tag was the Five of Hearts game. It was the was it hide and seek? Yeah, kind of like the hide and seek, the one where they had like the dude with the horse head. And see, I like how like early on that was kind of like the first hint of like, okay, there's two sides to these games, to where it's like, okay, there's sometimes people that like the dude that had the horse head that was like going around killing people, whatever. He was on the opposite side. He also was playing a game, but his game was to protect the room from anybody getting to it and surviving. And so that's kind of like the first kind of like breadcrumb of hints of like, okay, there's more stuff going on. And I also enjoyed, once we were like the whole beach arc was like super cool and interesting in the show, and just seeing like how they created this kind of utopia to where it's just like, hey, all these people, hey, we just partying, living life, drinking, having sex, doing whatever we want, and then at nighttime we all roll out, go participate in these games, come back with cards, give them to the boss, and all right, we can party again, type of vibe. But just seeing like how that whole group and stuff just kind of like crumble to pieces, and seeing that one character, shoot, what was his name? Oh, let me see if I can find his name. I think his name was Cheshire. The one with the white hair, the kind of like a cunning one. I think actually no, that wasn't his name. Okay, yeah, I had his name right. Chia, the kind of like really like smooth, like cold and calculating dude. Like I kind of like him just because of the fact of like he kind of like looms in the shadows and just kind of like lurks and like observes, and he doesn't make a move until he's like pretty sure of like his odds of succeeding or like pretty good. And so I enjoy seeing like him, in the tag game, and then him again in the at the beach, and he's like one of the executives and stuff. And then like the moves he pulled there on Arisu, and kind of like got his way to getting his hands on all the cards and stuff. And then but yeah, the whole beach thing was like super interesting, and the fact that they turned that whole area into a game arena, and it just like all hell broke loose. It was just like really good, and so wild to see just like how quickly the cookie crumbles, as they say. But just overall super dope moments, super dope characters. And the two girls, the one that basically they were actually working for the game masters, to kind of get a little bit more insight into how that stuff works, and the fact that they had like all these clues and stuff that they've been recording, like, okay, hey, here's where one of their like main bases are, and here's what they're doing. You just see like all these people just like watching everybody dying on screen, a little bit kind of like how stuff was in Squid Games, and just seeing like everybody just freaking out, dying and stuff, whatever, and they're making bets on the games and all that stuff. But then like the aftermath of that with Arisu them, and even Chishia, them kind of like coming together in that room and seeing like, oh, everybody in the room has been killed now because y'all managed to beat the game, and that one girl had evidence of the location, whatever. And then kind of getting the setup for basically the end game of things, where it's like, okay, they have gotten all the regular cards in the deck, now they need like all the the kings, queens, jacks, and stuff, whatever. And so just seeing like that one lady who was actually, I guess if I remember correctly, she was disguised as one of the executives at the beach, being like one of like the main people over all this stuff, whatever, and just seeing her show up and just kind of like show clips of like all the mayhem that they've experienced and stuff throughout. But overall, enjoyed both the manga and the show, and I think I still might end up reading the manga as well, just because I kind of glanced and saw that okay, there are some pretty interesting differences between the two. So I would kind of like, especially now, like I said, like now knowing that the show had covered through volume 7, and then kind of like going back and kind of like glancing at some of the stuff I saw in the show and some of those later manga chapters and being like, okay, this is kind of the same, but they did this different there or whatever, definitely makes me kind of want to read through everything as well. Because at first I was like, well, if the show covers way more, why should I even bother, watching it, or reading it? But now I was saying, okay, you know what, this might be a rare case of like, okay, both the manga and the anime and the live action are close enough to where if you don't want to read or watch both or whatever, you probably will be fine just doing either or. But I think that they might be pretty good complementary experiences with each other. Like I said, just based off of me just reading the one book and then watching the one season. So there's a chance that, hey, maybe I'll go back and I'll read through those chapters, which the series, even like I said, had 18 volumes, but it only had 64 chapters. But granted, the chapters are pretty long, because this first volume had, let's see, or I guess this first book had 8 chapters altogether. Because like I said, it's this volume 1 and 2 together, and so the first part of it was chapters 1 through 4, and then the second part, half of it, is chapters 5 through 9, so 9 chapters. So even though it only has 64 chapters total for the whole series, they're pretty long and meaty chapters. So and it's pretty easy to kind of line up if you kind of want to do comparisons or whatever. The chapter names are pretty straightforward, to where it's like, okay, 5 of Hearts, part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like, okay, the episodes with 5 of Hearts, okay, I can kind of just line it up with that. So, but like I said, overall, solid read and solid watch. Like I said, I prefer the art style and like the kind of like more gritty visual style of the manga to the show, but the show still did a really good job with the actors' performances and just seeing everything kind of like play out. Did really good as well. So like I said, in my honest opinion, you'll be fine with either or honestly doing both, because season 1 was only 8 episodes, but they are long. So it's 8 episodes, about 45 minutes to maybe an hour each. So keep that in mind. But like I said, go check that out. And they've already confirmed that season 2 is in production. Don't know when it's coming, but there is going to be a season 2. But overall, let me know down in the comments below if you have been enjoying, or if you have read or watched Alice in Borderland. Like I said, I know I'm a little bit late on the Netflix side of things, but hey, I'm pretty good on time with reading the book. But so let me know what y'all think, and comment. Let me know in the comments below, or tweet at me. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, at Dad Needs to Talk. And so y'all be easy. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the podcast on all streaming services, and check out Dad Needs to Talk on Patreon. And with that, I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Y'all be easy. And as always, treat yourself to something nice. Read some manga, watch some anime, play some video games, and just live your best life. Y'all be easy. Alice in Borderland. Out.